Hello Knight here, welcome back to my Prussian campaign in Empire Total War, and we're just about to attack, I think this is a factory just on the outskirts of Milan. These are the last two stacks that the Dutch have in Europe. Once they fall, or in fact once this territory falls, the Dutch will disappear. So we're going to fight Gustav van der Vondel. That's a funny name, Van der Vondel. Let's attack. Doesn't have any artillery, so although we're doing the attacking, we'll be able to set up and encourage him to come forward if we just keep shelling him with our artillery. It'd be great that outnumbering, most of his units are depleted. And then obviously we'll move on to complete the siege of Milan, and that should end the Dutch. Strategically, the situation is sort of as follows. We're making very good progress against the Dutch colonies in the Americas, and we're going to try and attack Grand Columbia next in Americas. That should force their allies, the Austrians, to join in against us in Europe, which is actually what we want. We want to obviously set up okay first before we force that battle, that war. So we need to be in a good position ready to take advantage of the Austrian dispositions. So we're going to pick up our artillery rather, deploy them as a group for fire control. Now we're going to put them somewhere where they can shoot most of the enemy position, which looks as if it's probably going to be here. Not quite. Okay, so we need to... Okay, that should be fine. We've got quite good view of... Oh, we need to be a little bit... Yeah, I think we need to be a little bit closer to the edge. That looks a bit better. Yeah, that looks to me like a better... Yeah, okay. Why on earth we've got so many men manning these cannons, I don't know. I think it must be a feature of Darthmod, I think, in some respects. Right, what we're going to do is set up here. He has no artillery, as I've said. Don't really have any serious problems with the units that he has. They're quite depleted and they're not of good quality even to begin with, to be honest. I'm going to put these guys together. We'll put them over on this flank, and we'll put the general in the centre. Now we're just going to have a look, see what kind of range we've got on this position, because we don't want them setting up too far back. So we can just about hit at the top of this second area up here. So let's go for it. Now we can just about hit them, I think. So he's going to have to start coming forward because we're simply going to shell him and destroy him otherwise. We set up quite a lot of fences here, but that isn't going to help him. Yep, we're all set up fine here. We'll just keep using our artillery on him, let him move forwards towards us. If we can get our artillery to fire, that is. Are they actually firing? Oh, they are now. They are firing now, I can see that. Yeah, it's a shame for the Dutch. They're not really in a very good position at all, to be honest. We'll just take out unit by unit. If he sits there, we'll absolutely destroy them, of course. And simply move our artillery forwards to force these guys into range, of course. What has he got here? Dragoons, Hussars. Let's take these guys out. Don't want to do anything clever towards us. We'll move the general's cavalry over to here as well. Can probably afford to actually move forwards, to be honest. Let's move up to here. I was saying that we probably need to halt now and go into square. Okay, that's good timing there by my lads. Let's sort these guys out. Got loads of guys in this general unit. This unit can actually come out of square now. The cavalry are not going to last too long, I don't think. These Prussian regiments are pretty good. They're pretty well experienced. Whoops, we're firing the back of our guys here. We don't really want to do that. Let's form up over here. Okay, got some more regiments of foot moving up. Let's move the cavalry up. I don't get a feeling that my artillery is really firing, to be honest. I may have to disband some of these units because we've got a situation where they're not, the artillery units, where they're not actually firing. Right, these guys can come out of square. Okay. Let's push through the centre with these two guys. We're not going to be able to cut these escarpments, are we? Whoops, they're getting through on my guys here. Need to form up and we'll get the cavalry to charge in the back of these guys. Enemy general killed, that's good stuff. Get the artillery firing in on these guys. Now we need to shift it over to those guys. Those hussars are gone. Back out of. Let's keep moving up. I think we can actually force our way up there escarpment, to be honest, so it's a bit awkward. Let's move the cavalry in. Don't need all those guys actually. Let the Berlin regiment take out these guys. Okay, things are going okay as usual, not any surprises. Watch out for those fences that he set up. Gonna keep moving up. These guys need to force their way along here. This guy needs to go here. Okay, they've gone. Guys who are starting to annoy me by trying to stand. Okay, let's turn off the artillery. Don't want to do too much damage to my own men. Losing slightly. We're going to throw some troops. Oh no, we don't actually need to. I was just going to throw some more troops in there actually. Some more infantry, but we'll move up here. Draw the cavalry. Throw in the infantry. Let's go to these guys. What's going on over here? I've neglected it a bit over here. Got these hussars. Form square as they charge down the hill. Yeah, ooh, didn't really form square very effectively there, I don't think, although we did manage to stop them. Okay, well that's fine, we've got square inside square there. Things are going okay. Let's move these units up. Be over very shortly, I think, for the Dutch. They're losing slightly. I can't actually see these hussars lasting too long against Prussian infantry in square. Let's have a look and see what's going on. Yeah, they're definitely taking a lot of losses. Okay, he's gone. It's only broken though, so I think maybe we need to maybe keep them retreating, to be honest. And we'll don't want them suddenly turning around and attacking artillery, which would be quite embarrassing. Right, these guys are done. They can come and support the cavalry up here. It's not going too well actually. We're losing slightly and we're taking quite a lot of losses here. Okay. Well, I think they're almost gone now. I think these guys don't really have to worry too much about them. 28 guys left. 110, so let's continue, and I'll fast forwards. We want to try and finish these guys off if we can completely. Let's fast forwards. Don't be dragged onto there. Okay, well that's fine. We're all right. We're fine. Quite straightforward. Okay, don't think we're going to catch that unit. Seems unlikely. Right, let's go after these guys. So we have got it on fastest rate now. I can't promise that. Oh, there we go. It'll end any quicker, but there you go. That's one of their stats gone. Okay, we lost 600 men. That's not bad. They lost 1,400, and we only killed about 80 of our own men, which is, those of you who've watched my games will know that that's, for me, that's not too bad. Right, okay, so we can start replenishing this army, and let's now besiege these guys. They won't surrender. So he's got quite a lot of troops, a lot of garrison stuff. One unit of artillery, 700 yards they've got. We've got 800, 800, 800. So in fact we can actually set up and shell him, basically. Plenty of cavalry. Let's get on with this. It's assault. We're not going to wait 5 turns for it to click over. So this should be the end, I think, of the Dutch, unless they've done some kind of deal swapping territories I haven't noticed in Europe. That should open things up in North America, or the whole of the Americas actually, in the Caribbean as well. Should be able to take out some of the territories that are in the Rebel Alliance there, the Guatemala, Panama. I think that Dutch Guiana will go rebel as well, which we'll be able to take. And then by that time, once we've got those 3, we'll be ready to attack Gran Colombia. Be in a good position there to do so. We've got 2 armies in North America, in Americas. I keep saying North America, in the Americas. And that means that we'll put one probably in the Panama area and one in the area of Punta. That'll mean we can attack them. Gosh, it's going to be interesting. Isn't that beautiful, that mist in that valley there? I It's either late evening or early morning, I'm not quite sure which that is. Okay, so I can already see that we need to position our artillery quite carefully because we've got a town in our way that's going to stop the field of fire considerably, to be honest. There's not much point in setting up over here. Probably best place is here, which we shall do. We're going to set them up quite close. We'll not try and play a ranged war with them, we'll simply attack them. Let's put some cavalry over on the flank. That's where the artillery are. Need to move them a little bit further over. That's fine. We're going to put some more cavalry on the other flank. We'll put 4 units there, I think. The town will actually guard our guys against any kind of artillery bombardment they can put up. So we're going to put our cavalry here. They'll swing round. We don't actually have a huge amount of infantry, to be honest. We're going to group it up. But most of it is going to go along here, actually. So if that's an escarpment we can't deploy on, so we've got to be quite careful here. We'll put those guys as a unit. As a brigade, we'll put them over here. And they shall move around here. It looks as if we can't move up here. So we need a brigade to move through the town, that's what I'm trying to say. So it will come literally down the high street, down here. We'll literally go down here, this high street. I don't really want any infantry on that side. These will mainly be defensive on this side, I think. Got to watch it because he may use all his troops to just quickly attack me over on that flank. I don't want to get too separated into two different, because this is going to cause a problem, this escarpment here, basically. We're going to keep our general over this side. Let's see where he's deployed. That's interesting, he's got his horse artillery over here. So the first thing we need to do is grab hold of this brigade and maybe move it up under here. Then we're going to use our cavalry to move up here onto this hill. Got this woodland here that's safeguarding us slightly. We're going to move up to here so we can take these guys in the flank. Oh gosh, cavalry, they've come right through those dragoons. So we need to move some artillery. Let's move a brigade. What's happening down here? We need to move some cavalry back, actually, to protect our guys. Okay, that's fine. Well, that's fine for them. We're going to move through the town. Okay, let's redeploy our cavalry. I'm not really happy with how I've deployed here, to be honest. We need to take out these guys, so we're going to use our cavalry to take them out. Okay, well, I don't think that these guys can really do much damage to my guys here. I'm going to move the cavalry round. Keep the artillery firing on these guys. Those dragoons, they took up a really strange position, to be honest. Right, let's dive in. Okay, that's fine. Gotta watch these guys, they've actually come into the back of us by the looks of it. That's going to square. And we're going to move these guys up. Battle losing, that's not good. Where's that regiment of cavalry that I kept in reserve? Okay, so these two regiments should be able to take out these dragoons. We're going to move up over here. We definitely need to lend a hand. They're going now actually, these guys, but it's a bit annoying. An annoying attack. Let's keep the artillery firing on these guys. So we can get some good hits on. They're shaken. Let's throw. Gotta watch these fences. Armed citizenry. Right, let's move over here. Let's attack that armed citizenry. Got any fences? They're just behind her. Okay, we don't want the cavalry to attack there, do we? We want the infantry to attack there. Just going to use the bayonet on these guys. I need to target our artillery. Something over here. Doesn't lose track of what's happening. There's my general. Moving back. Let's sort out these hussars. Okay, let's move up these dragoons. Oh, we lost a regiment. That's very annoying. Keep the artillery to try and break down this redoubt here. Get back in there. Might be my own artillery have caused a problem there, to be honest. It's possible. We're now in a situation where we're right behind them. We'll maybe have to take out the general's bodyguard soon. This is just a bloody hand-to-hand fight, to be honest. Need to move the general back. We don't want the general to be killed. These guys back in. It was always going to be quite bloody just trying to force our way through this town, but let's move a couple of units down here to take out the general. Okay, what's happening here? Because these guys seem to be doing quite well against my guys. The artillery can't fire anymore, so we're going to turn them off and move them up. These guys have routed twice, I think, now, and returned twice. Yeah, this is just a bloodbath, to be honest. There's nothing clever about this at all. We'll try and use our cavalry over here. If we can get them to deploy. So we do have our cavalry here. They've gone. So we only need to shatter these guys. Let's move the artillery up. Not that I think we'll need to use it again. Once this general's gone, we're going to use our cavalry to come up behind these guys. Yeah, it's just a mess. This is just a terrible, terrible... we need to get some cavalry in there, I think from behind, from down here. Killed the general? We have. Let's move these guys up. Let's move these guys up here. Okay. So we're not too worried about casualties because we have plenty of time to repair them. It should be like a period of redeployment once the Dutch are out of the way. Oh good, they're forming square. So what we're going to do, here's my artillery. Let's form up over here. Let's run. We should always try and use artillery against using slightly. So this is going to cost me. I haven't done anything very clever here. This is just literally a bloodbath. Okay, it's formed two squares, so we need to basically not crap charge in the cavalry. Damn, we've taken some hits there. We're just going to form up down here for when they do surrender, and when they do rout. Thing to do is to form up the Mecklenburg regiment here, this regiment here, and then what we're going to do is deploy the artillery and then try and shell these guys. Form up quite close. We don't form up too close because we're obviously going to be using artillery on these guys pretty soon. We're deploying. We are. Right, let's see if we can start hitting these guys. Let's run these guys. They're quite tired probably. Let's see some artillery action here, come on. Okay, that's fine. Don't really want them firing on my own men. I can see the artillery starting to have an effect. I'll say this has got quite bloody, just forcing our way through here. Right, let's hit this square. Oh, they're gone. So we need to bring up some cavalry to support. They're wavering, these guys. Well, they've taken a lot of hits. Let's hit them again before they can form square. They're still in melee. Yes, that was a very good charge actually. We've almost gone. Okay, it's just this unit left, I think. Let's come up to here and give them some volleys with these guys. Try and get them to deploy effectively. It's really about the best that I'm going to manage. Okay, they're going as well. And they've gone, basically. It's all over. Shattered, shattered. That's it. I think that's the end of the Dutch. I say we took a lot of hits there, a bit inevitable really, just trying to force our way through the town. There's not really much, in many ways, in which you can manoeuvre through a town at all, and you lose the advantage of the cavalry, of course. So we lost about half. We lost about 1,200, they lost 2,200. But that should be the end of the Dutch. Let's have a look. Nation destroyed. That's the end of them. Region captured, Lombardy. Okay, so we need to do a bit of repairs here. Let's have a look and see what's going on around here. Right, our next possible, if we look at things diplomatically, our next possible attack will be on the Austrians. As you can see, they really do not like us. 98, and that's with a state gift of 70. Unfortunately, they're allies with the Mughal Empire and Venice, and we don't want to fight those two countries, but luckily they're allied with Grand Colombia. So if we attack Grand Colombia, Austria may well come in on. It's not. It sounds crazy, but no. Look, I didn't think they would for a moment, but there you go. And we can't trade with anyone else at the moment. But right, see, France are our allies. They have one territory in Europe, up here in Iceland, which we gave them. That's kept their territories in the Americas alive. The Mughals are very friendly with us, so it would be nice if we get an alliance, but the French are at war with the Mughals, which is causing us a problem. It means we can't get an alliance. They're friendly, not very friendly. And have two territories left. The Austrians are basically destroying the Poles. Russia is our other very good ally. Okay, let's say it's basically going to be redeployment, building up our forces. I think all these have moved, to be honest. There's not much more we can do down here. We've got two armies here to hold off these 2.5, 3 stacks. This guy can't move, I don't think, not yet. You can see the Poles are really taking a licking from the Austrians. The Austrians are very powerful, actually. Okay, so we need to repair these armies, but also move them back as quickly as possible so they can become an effective fighting force against the Austrians. I think we're going to just have to start moving these guys back straight away. Can't really afford to waste too much time. I don't know whether we can actually get through here, to be honest. No, that's the only way we can actually get back to Strasbourg. It's going to take another 2 turns. We'll move into here for the moment and repair. How are we doing over here? How are we fixed on our fleet? We've got a fleet guarding here, which is very strong. I think we've got a fleet in the Mediterranean as well. A forward base down here, I think. Yeah, that's pretty good as well. Actually, that's not a bad group of ships either. Because presumably we're going to be at war with Austria. They'll have a fleet in the Mediterranean. I'm sure they will. Right, let's have a look at North America, see how that's affected things. Let's see if we can take this out. Right, it's actually saying it's 50-50, so we're going to fight this. Sorry, it won't take very long, but it's just that it'll kill hundreds of my men, and we can just literally destroy them quite easily by using our artillery and our volley fire. That'll cost us less money to repair the group of troops there. Just have a celebratory cup of tea. That's the end of the Dutch. I thought the Dutch were going to put up more of a fight than they did, actually, to be honest. In fact, this whole campaign, although Prussia normally is considered quite difficult, those of you who've watched the campaign, it's been relatively straightforward. I've not had many real problems. Probably the most dangerous time was when Great Britain declared war on me. We had to try and finish off Great Britain very quickly. But I would say that's the only real problem that we've had. Right, okay, let's set the artillery up here where we can actually see what we're doing. Over here, I always like to rake the enemy. That's fire through along their ranks rather than through them. And we'll keep generally here as well. So this is a pretty good, I say pretty good, it's a very good army actually. We're just going to force them to come towards us, to be honest. That's fine, I think. We'll just have a couple of guys in reserve, I think. Turn off fire. We'll keep them in the centre, just in case we get any problems. Now the crucial thing will be the cavalry. It's going to be quite conventional. By saying that, I'm going to actually put the cavalry in the centre. The reason for that is that he's only got 3 or 4 units, and we want to be able to pick up where they are and then move quickly around them either side. We've only got to shatter them, so we can start shelling them straight away. Let's group B so I can fire more effectively on them. Poor guy's got not really much choice, he's got to walk slowly towards me. We'll go and meet him. Three ranks. What I was saying about the cavalry, this now allows me to... Actually, probably these guys will be best over on this flank. We'll move this brigade over here, actually. Let's keep the artillery firing on them to reduce their effectiveness. We just need to shatter these guys, basically. We don't need to worry too much about... Oof, gosh. That was really bloody. We don't have to worry too much about destroying them. As long as they shatter and run away, we're in a good position. We need to run these guys now. Get into position so we can start volleying them. These are melee troops, I believe. So the cavalry won't be there to destroy the guys, they'll be there to force a morale problem for them. Just at the right moment. And we'll need to whack into the back of them. Just cause them so many casualties actually before they get anywhere near us. 25, 35. Okay, let's still get him running around after my cavalry then, if that's what he wants to do. These guys should be able to fire on them shortly. Start to get volley fire on them. Unfortunately these buildings are a bit in the way, but... So let's throw the cavalry in. And we'll hit this guy with the artillery. And let's move these guys up so that they can volley. Give some volley fire. He's not going to draw us onto the other guys, is he? Yeah, the aim here is not to lose any troops, well, to lose as few as possible. So if we keep using our artillery, that would be the best thing to do. They're almost going. Almost gone. Let's attack these guys. Flushed out another unit. They're steady now again, but we're going to sort that out. The charge should do that, to be honest. Don't want to get caught by this group. Right, we need to move out of here because we're going to take too many hits with our cavalry. Keep the artillery firing on the guys. Yeah, you only want to use the artillery on these, cavalry on these guys once they're actually running. They're not the kind of troops you want to run into if you can avoid it. They're shattered, they're broken, so we need to hit after those. Where are my guys going? Let's halt so we can give some volley fire. Yeah, they're only broken, they're shattered, they're gone. So we need to break them. They're broken, so let's throw the cavalry back in. and then once they're broken we'll keep them broken. Let's turn the artillery off, and there we go, that's the end of the battle. Okay, sorry, that was necessary to do that, but although we had 900 troops, about a third of our forces, honestly, if I had auto-resolved we could have lost hundreds of men. This way we lost 26. Although 8 of those were our own kills, unfortunately. Let's repair. Right, let's repair this army. This army is all nicely repaired up, actually. A port here, which is good. French Guiana, that's our allies. This is interesting development. Grand Columbia is the place we're going to attack. But that's maybe going to be in a couple of turns, actually. We don't want to do anything rash. We want to be in a good position in Europe, not so much here, but over here we need to redeploy some of our troops. For instance, we want to move to the borders of most of our regions. Just notice we've got some troops there, actually. I didn't realise that. Let's move them round. Oh, actually, we can probably move them by ship. I didn't realise that. Stupid me. There we go. Let's move them there, and then get them off the ship. So it's a lot of fiddling about here, but it's worth it. So where do we need them? Is it in here? Yeah, maybe it was. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, what I was saying was we basically need to move up to the borders of the areas that we're going to attack. I'd like to take out Munich in one turn if we can. That means 2 armies will have to be here. These guys can't move at the moment, so it's going to be next turn. Can we put that into taxation? We can, but let's see, can we move them out? It's more problematical. We can. That's good. So we shall be taking out Hanover with this army. Down here, in a turn. This army will move down to here, ready to take out Stuttgart. We got this guy coming around here to Alsace. He'll move through Stuttgart to try and attack here if he can reach. This army, I'm not quite sure what to do with this army. We've got to watch places like Genoa and Venice. They're notorious for stabbing people in the back, actually. Those two. Here we're going to have to hold fire. I think we've got, in a defensive position, we've got plenty of money, so we're probably going to create another army here in Europe. But it's going to take a while to reposition, I think. Let's move this down here. Let's put the army on board. We're heading for places like Guatemala and places like that, so we need to move right round as far as we can get to up to here. Just going to move that ship out there, down to here with that ship ready to collect this army. It's replenished. This army here, is it replenishing? I think it was, wasn't it? Oh no, it's fully replenished, so we can actually just go for it. Yeah, so next turn we'll be attacking Panama and then Guatemala. That gives us quite a sizable empire actually in the Americas for Prussia, and then we'll be moving down so that we can attack Bogota and Caracas simultaneously. We have 2 armies, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Yep, that's what we shall do. Don't need to build any more troops in this area. I'm quite happy with what we've got. So we could start recruitment, actually. One guy there. Let's get some infantry. Where's my standard infantry? There they are. We can build so many units, it's a bit difficult, isn't it? Can we... Well, we'll go for regiment of horse as well. Okay, what I'll do, I'll end the turn, let the AI have its say. Gustav Schumann is hero worshipped. Gosh, where's that? Oh yes, so he is. +4 to morale. Wow, that's fantastic. He's 51. But the Prussian generals obviously are fantastic. Let's go back to Europe, see if we can avoid the Austrians attacking us now that the Dutch are out the way. And let's see what they do. France are allies. This is the... oh right, they didn't do anything, the Austrians. That's good. This is relatively straightforward. As I said, we've not had any real problems diplomatically. The worst thing is where you can suddenly find yourself hated, well not suddenly, find yourself gradually be hated by lots and lots of countries, especially if you're Prussia. If you go for kind of a I'm going to kill everyone and keep attacking and taking territories and losing territories, you'll often find that that causes kind of the general hate ratio for you to go up. New town, let's develop that into a craft workshop. Construction report, that's good. So we should be able to get some very good stuff in Berlin, some very good artillery. Let's go down to here. We'll just land and then I'll end the episode. Okay, obviously they have absolutely no chance. It's going to take us another turn and then maybe another turn again to take out. But that'll give us enough time to redeploy our armies. See if we can move out. We can. The reason for that is this. I just want to show you something. Look at this guy. I mean, I've just never seen a cabinet that is so amazingly talented. It's just got... it's not my goods, nothing to do with me. It's just that they are very, very good guys you can choose from. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get on board the ships. There we go. And let's redeploy up in... how can we redeploy? Where's the most strategic place to redeploy? We could move up to here, which we shall do. Then we'll take out Guatemala. We've got Mexico, obviously, which is could be a problem. It does mean that next turn we almost certainly will be able to take out Antigua, Guatemala. The first time I've actually noticed it's called Antigua, Guatemala. And Panama. Yep, there's not much there to worry us, is there? Down here, it's worth probably, if we can, developing some of these things, like the gold mine. It's definitely worth developing. Unfortunately, the French have the other gold mine, I think. Yeah, we can't do much about that. Could upgrade it to a commercial base, and we're not going to do that. We want to spend money on an army in Europe. Okay, I'm going to end the episode there. So you can see the general tenor of what I'm intending to do. This army, I think, is a very good general. I think I'm going to have to move him up to the north, and we'll just take whatever the Genoese and the Venetians throw at us, to be honest. I think they'll probably attack us, but we should have enough time to redeploy. It's important we really blitzkrieg the Austrians. We really hit them. The first blow against them has to be really devastating. So we need to hit most of their territories, some of their big cities like Warsaw, Bohemia, Dresden, even Vienna. We need to hit them very quickly. Munich, Hanover, Stuttgart. If we can, we need to take out basically half of their... let's have a look at research, actually. Just realised that we got flintlock cannon, didn't we? Which is not really that fantastic, although you see we have really quite a lot of development going on. We've got a steam engine factory. We could try to develop some of these other things, but anyway, I'm happy with that, what we're developing at the moment. Okay, thanks for your time watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. We're not really in any danger now. If you look at our objectives, we've met them. We've got 44 regions now. We'll continue until I get bored with this campaign, to be honest, and at the moment it's still quite interesting. It might be once we take out the Austrians, it's going to be quite obvious that we're going to win. We're kind of past what I call maybe the tipping point, where it's going to be difficult for anyone to cause us any real problems now. Okay, so thanks for your time watching. We'll be speaking to you soon. Bye bye for now.